Right now you are bored. Maybe not this second, but sometime today you will feel it. A flat, restless itch with nothing to scratch. You will reach for your phone. But what if that feeling is not a malfunction? What if it is one of the oldest survival tools your brain ever built? Boredom feels like an absence. But the real answer is far stranger. Boredom is not the absence of stimulation. It is a signal, a very old one, and it has been steering human behavior for hundreds of thousands of years. Picture a small group of early humans on the savannah. Food has been found. Water is close. There is nothing pressing to do. A modern mind might call this peace, but the ancient brain registers a vacuum, and vacuums to a survival machine are dangerous. Why? Because nothing happening rarely lasts. Predators move. The humans who felt that itch, that urge to get up, scan the tree line, check the water again, were the ones who spotted danger early. Boredom was not a glitch. It was a command. Stop resting. Start scanning. In 2012, psychologist Sandy Mann at the University of Central Lancashire ran a study where participants copied numbers from a phone book before a creative task. The bored group came up with significantly more creative ideas. Boredom does not turn the brain off. It sends it searching. What did people do with boredom before phones existed? Cave paintings, storytelling around fires, tool experimentation. Anthropologists studying the Hadza of Tanzania found that despite working far fewer hours than industrialized societies, they fill unstructured time with rituals and stories, exactly what boredom pushes a brain toward. Now here's the twist. For 200,000 years, the itch and the relief were separated by effort and time. Then, within the last 15 years, that gap closed to less than a second. A notification, a swipe. The ancient signal still fires exactly as it always did, but now an answer sits in your pocket, requiring no searching at all. Researchers building on Dr. Anna Lemke's work at Stanford describe this as a mismatch. The signal is ancient. The response is brand new. Your brain cannot tell the difference between scanning a horizon for danger and scanning a feed for novelty. But here's what gets lost. When your ancestor felt bored and walked to the ridge, something happened, a new observation, a new idea. When you feel bored and reach for your phone, the itch gets quieted, but nothing gets made. The loop never completes. Studies on attention restoration, building on work by psychologists Rachel and Stephen Kaplan, found that unstructured time allows a kind of mental recovery-focused activity cannot. It is when memories consolidate, when problems get solved quietly in the background. Think about how rare that unstructured time has become. Waiting for a bus, standing in line, lying in bed before sleep. The pockets your ancestors used to notice a change in the wind have all been quietly filled in. This is not a story about willpower. It is a story about design. The systems competing for your attention are exploiting a 200,000-year-old reflex and making sure something is always less than a second away. So what do you do with this? Not throw your phone in a lake. The next time that flat, restless itch arrives, before your hand moves, there is a 1-second window. That itch is not a flaw. It is 200,000 years old. It is the same signal that once sent someone toward a ridge, a fire, a half-finished thought. It is asking you to go somewhere. Not necessarily outside, sometimes just into your own head. So tonight, when that familiar itch arrives, pause and ask yourself the question your ancestors never had to ask, because for them, the answer was always the same. What is this feeling actually telling me to go find?